All right. Yeah, there we go. Now we're recording. Hey, welcome Centerline Systems. Hey, this video is going to be for our limited run product for the month of May 2026. It's going to be our Mini E, but I kind of want to show a few things off, just some reminders as we kind of get going. So, and then because the Mini E isn't a huge product, this is going to be a short video. But as always, I'll keep the Edo, which was the this was the limited run product for April. I'll keep this up for another week. It's kind of like the trend that I think, has been working very well for everybody. But I want to show something off before I come over to the Mini E. All right, so here's the Edo Nemesis camo with Ranger Green on the spine, Ranger Green logo, binding, snaps. And then on the inside, avert your gaze, get your sunglasses or your snow blind goggles. Here we go. I mean, it really is going to get bright in a second. So there is one with the X pack on the inside. So, you could see here, talking ain't doing. Let me just grab my thing for my Mini E. Oh my gosh, really, that is just, it just glares. Oh. All right. Yeah, I got to get another. I did this last time too. I need to replace my my Sharpie mark, not my Sharpies, my Expo markers. My eyes. Okay, so there it is. There it is. Edo. We'll keep that up for another week, and then now, without further ado, we'll just jump right into E. And the Mini E is, now you'll see on the thumbnail, it says Mini EDC. That's not what we call it. We just call it the Mini E. So it's like the everyday organizer, but it's smaller. And now this is mine, and I'm going to give you a little kind of comment here, or I'm going to comment about something about myself, throw myself under the bus. But, it's for pocket-sized notebooks. You've got attachments up on the top. So if you wanted to, you could dummy cord it, or you could wear it around your neck. And this month's knot, the Fisherman's Bend, is the knot you could use if you want to make a lanyard. So when I get to that video, maybe I'll actually even just make a lanyard out of this. So, you've got a notebook area up front. You've got, maybe I should zoom in just a tad here. Wrong way. Yeah, there we go. So, this is that 3x5, type of size notebook. I just got a pointy talk in here. Let me get that out of the way. I just had that there just for kind of props. And then that's a clear vinyl. So same thing, just like the Mini Edo, you could write on there if you wanted to. Put some other type of material in there so it is more high vis and you could write on it. But it's really just for your notebook. And then on the back side, you've got two spots. So you can get multiple pens, or, this is my, so here's my dry erase marker. Here's a space pen. And then it's a Velcro that comes down the front. So you can put your cool guy patches. These are some mini lights, so it's just a really good kind of pocket organizer. And that's what I kind of throw myself under the bus. I make gear. Why don't I have this sitting in my car? If you're like me, you're on your phone, you're, trying to, take care of business while you're driving, not too much, Mark, zoom out. But you're trying to take care of business. And you're always scrambling to find a stupid notebook or a piece of paper or a pen. I'm just going to throw this one in my glove box. I've got two backup lights. The patch I'll probably take off. That doesn't need to be on there. But then just my Write in the Rain notebook. And then there it is. Oh, yeah, hey, I got to write something down. Boom, super simple. See, put it in your glovey, put it in a purse, put it in your utility pouch or your meat bag or any other product, right? Or, if you're at an event and, you're kind of constantly going in and out, well, then maybe this is where you would want to keep, like your car access card or whatever. And maybe you'd want to put it around your neck, kind of a necklace type of fashion. And again, I'll demonstrate that when I do the Fisherman's Bend knot video and I release that. But here's something that we're not going to do with the Mini E. So I just showed you that Edo, with the X pack in it. We're not going to do the Mini E and X pack. And here's why. So again, watch your gaze. And so for my eyes, and the lighting's not super good in here right now, but for my eyes in well-lit environments, this actually, to me, looks like it came out pink. So our plan was we were going to do, Chuck Norris and the blood of his enemies. Chuck Norris recently passed, or took a break from this planet and he's out there doing whatever Chuck Norris wants to do. But so it's black with red. I thought that would be for, the video, and it'd be a cool, just a kind of extra one to have. But then we wanted to see what the X-Pack would look like if we sewed the X-Pack on the inside. And here's where I think it just turned everything pink looking. I mean, that's really high vis, but I don't think we're going to do it because, you're paying to have, like, if this was multicam or Nemesis or, or black, if you wanted to see that, now you don't anymore, and you don't see any of the material because we replaced that one piece with a piece of X-Pack. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Maybe we'll do it if enough people want it, or if you want, maybe just request it. But I'm thinking we're not going to do it. Simple. But again, I'm not going to say never, right? Me personally, if I'm going to do that, I want to be able to see, the other material, right? This is multicam black binding tape Ranger green. That was my scheme for this one, right? So, you kind of want to see it. Whereas here, you're just going to get the X-Pack. Sorry. The X-Pack. But again, that would be even right there. That could be a trail marker. So in a pinch, in emergency, trail marker, high vis. You tell me what you guys want to do. We'll do it. But right now, I do not have it set up for X-Pack on the website. But if somebody really wanted it, I'm sure we could do it. But I just want you to all be clear that, hey, I personally think it's going to cover up, your other material. So, but, you do you. And if that's what you want, that's what we'll do, right? Because it ain't about me. It's about you. And then last but not least, about you. You notice I've got a new hat on. I love that hat from Black Scout Survival, but we finally got some hats going, right? So we used to have these guys. I stopped doing business with this company, and that's a separate story. And we didn't really sell it. And we weren't trying to make money off these. We just couldn't lose money. Same kind of thing. These are really expensive, really warm, heavy grade hoodies. But now, and I'll go to another camera. Let me just zoom in here. Yep. Nemesis range hats. So unstructured, 6-panel, no button, Velcro on the back. And I'm going to take these to a local embroidery place. We're going to get probably not this logo, probably use the original logo, which is black, but we'll do it in subdued colors that match with the Nemesis. We'll have that up in the front, and then across the back, right across that, that section, we'll have like clsgear.com on there. So I'll be dropping. So today's Friday. They just arrived today. I'll drop these off on Monday. So stay tuned. We'll have these available pretty dang quickly. And got to use the technology. Look at that. There they are. That's a whole bunch of goodness over there. Nemesis camo. And I, of course, had to throw a couple other things over there just so you can see some more Nemesis. But there's the Nemesis. There's a couple of the caps. And that's a whole bunch of boxes from AmeriCap. Thank you. Thank you very much, AmeriCap. Looking forward to doing business with you guys again in the future. That's it. That's wrapping up this video. The Mini E, by the time you see this, it should be on the website. I'm about to go render this video, and I'll go put it on the website now. Mini E, that's our product of the month of May, 2026. And we'll keep the Everyday Organizer, the Edo, we'll keep that up there for about another week. So like this time next week, we'll take it done. And as always, if you got questions, comments, you know the deal. Reach out. I'll do the best I can to help you out. Until then, everybody, have a great weekend. Keep thinking, keep moving, never quit. We'll see you guys on the next one. Everybody be good. Woo!